Grady O'Hara was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when he was just 7 years old. He's 9 now. He's here with his grandfather, Dan, and his mother, Johanna. His family has worked to help Grady and others with the disease by organizing a fundraiser for a charity that helps kids with diabetes. Johanna, I'll start with you. The diagnosis, shocking for the family, and how did you deal with that?
It was very shocking. Grady was one that he lost a lot of weight at the beginning, and he's a fish in water, and he didn't want to go swimming, so it was one of those red flags for us that we needed to take him to the doctor. The doctor looked at him, and sure enough, we were in the hospital within a half hour, and he was hooked up to insulin and all of the things that go with that, and we were in there for about 5 days.
Grady, this is about 2 years ago. Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
How frightened were you to be in the hospital, hooked up to those machines?
Like, I don't remember.
You don't remember? It was pretty scary.
It was pretty scary?
It was.
So what had to be done after he got out of the hospital to adjust life?
So we were at doctor's appointments constantly. We had to, my husband and I both had to go through education to understand what carb counts meant, what low sugars, high sugars, all of that kind of stuff. We had to actually inject ourselves with saline to understand what he was feeling.
Right.
And he has come so far. He can inject himself within a couple of weeks on his own, and he is a mathematician now because of this. Yes.
And Grady, you wear you wear a monitor, you wear a pump. Getting used to that must have been kind of different for you as well.
Yeah.
For sure. Dan, let's bring you into the conversation. Sure. Classic car show coming up on July 15th. This is the third time you're doing it. A couple of year break for the pandemic.
Yes.
Why a classic car show?
Well, actually, myself, I'm into cars. I enjoy them, and I don't know what started it. Can't recall, but we just had a fundraiser back 4 or 5 years ago with the first car show, and thought this is a great way to raise funds and get people together, like-minded people that enjoy cars, and it turned out very successful. So we're doing it again.
How many cars are you expecting?
That's a good question, because we don't have a pre-registration. It's just simply show up, bring your car, and so to be honest, if there's 100, 150, that'll be great. We have heard that the Viper Club is going to show up,
Beautiful.
And we're members of the Viper Club as well. So there'll be a wide variety. Even a few show dump trucks will be there. So.
Johanna, I Challenge Diabetes, that's the name of the charity. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so Chris Jarvis, he is an Olympian rower. He founded it. He was diagnosed at a young age like Grady with type 1 diabetes. And the whole point is to have young children who are diagnosed to be taught by others who are diagnosed as well, who are a little bit older. And it's just going through everyday life. Just recently, Grady got to go row with Chris at the Henley.
Wow.
And he brought them all out on the boat, teach them how to manage their sugars while they're out on the water, understanding what snacks need to be brought, if we need to bring down our insulin, bring our insulin up. And he's just been a great help. So all this money will go towards kids so they can be involved in programs like that. Dan,
do you have a goal on how much money you want to raise this year?
As much as we can possibly make. That's O'Hara Truck and Excavating is actually sponsoring and providing a lot of the funds, and so all the money that will be raised, even through the beer tent and all, is going directly to the cause. So.
Grady, do you have a favorite car for these car shows?
It's the Viper.
You like the
Papa
Viper?
has.
Well, Grandpa drives a Viper, right?
Yeah, I went in and it was super fast.
Tell me about, what you have taught your schoolmates at Woodland about diabetes.
That I can go high and low. And that I have to get doodles sometimes at school.
You're a brave man, Grady. Thank you for joining us today. Johanna, Dan, great to meet you today, and good luck July 15th, Classic Car Show.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thanks.